Hey, it's Brett with Overland Expedition Specialist, maker of resistant gear. So with the Moab Easter Safari, the vendor show being canceled, I thought about maybe we could do a virtual vendor show. Basically the same setup that we would have had there. We even included a little bit of wind, just like Safari, so you can feel at home. So I'm going to do a little rundown of what we would have had at the show. We'll have all this on the website, and I'll put up a code for a special Easter Safari discount. So I'll start over here. This little contraption, this little strap here is called a winch rope retainer. So you always want to keep about 6 wraps of your line on your drum. So if you're pulling your own drum out and you don't want to run to the bolt, or if your buddy's pulling your winch out and you don't want him to overpull, this little strap works like a Chinese finger trap and forces the rope to stay on the line, so you physically can't pull more than what's on there. We've got those in tan or black. It's a Cordura webbing and a Gouda Montera 40 thread. Everything here is made by me in the US. So we're using the good stuff. From there, our other big seller is rooftop tent hold down straps. There's a ton of brands of tents out there. Most of them share the same common design. Most of them, when you fold the mattress shut, you pull that Velcro strap and the Velcro gives out and your mattress starts rising up, which then forces your cover to rise up. So what we've been making for a couple years now is a replacement strap. So you've got the Cordura webbing, you've got ITW Nexus buckles. So these are the good solid stuff, not the knockoffs, cheap Amazon, wherever brands. ITW slide buckles. So what's going to happen is you'll fold your mattress down, you may have pillows or whatever you keep in there, set the length that you want with the slide buckle, and then from then on you never have to worry about it again. When you pull that down, you snap that buckle shut, you kind of hear it even how tight it is, and you're good to go. No more Velcro. So some people have been wanting to put extras onto their rooftop tents, and I don't think you need extra straps, you just need better straps. And if you really want to pile pillows and blankets in, you can actually move up to a 1.5 inch strap. And so what happens then is you pull the plate where your strap is bolted to the frame. There's 3 screws usually. You pull the 3 screws out, you take this bottom section here, you put the plate right above the reinforcement, and you put your screws back through. With a 1.5, you've got even better grip on that plate. And what I've done is I've sewn a reinforcement on the bottom, so it's bundled up. That's not for you to put the screws through. That's so that if one of those screws came loose, that reinforcement's going to catch on that plate. But to keep it from the screw coming loose anyway, that reinforcement is taking the pressure from that one single screw or 2 or 3 screws, and it's distributing the weight across the whole thing instead of wanting to tear through. Again, these are all ITW Nexus buckles and slide locks and Cordura webbing. This little bag is for Go Treads. Max Tracks and all the big traction mats got real popular with overlanders. They are good, but they take up a lot of space. Go Tread has been made in the USA since 1975. And what it is a fold-out mat tread. And we've been real happy with them. They've gotten us out of the snow and ice a lot. I've heard from some Australian guys they don't do well in sand. If you do sand, maybe you want Max Tracks. But if you're going to do snow and ice, I can highly recommend these. You can buy them from their website, GoTread. I think it's gotread.com. But I made a trail bag so that when you're out snow wheeling or whatever, you can just throw them in here. It's made out of Sunsure, which is like the sunbrella, like your you'll see at patios and things like that. I also built a tightener there. So if you don't have the strap tight, you can slide it in, put your cinch straps back, and you can cinch it tight so it doesn't rattle, and then snap it back shut. And you got a grab bag, so you can actually toss it to your buddy that's stuck in the snow. But the Sunsure material, and then Cordura webbing, ITW Nexus buckles. This is one of our originals, the dash bag for the grab bar on the passenger side. We're using Grimlocks. The military came up with these several years ago to replace carabiners. It's a little, it'll break away at 80 pounds, but you won't be putting 80 pounds on it. So what happens is, whether you've got a JK, JL, JT, TJ, anything that has the grab bar above the glove box, you wrap this around the bar, take the ITW Nexus buckle, or the Grimlock, slide it through this little loop right here, clip it shut, do the other one, slide it through, clip it shut. You can put all your wet wipes with all this coronavirus. You probably got sanitizer, hand sanitizers, anything you need. There's a little special phone pocket right here that fits most phones. And then you got 1, 2, 3 more additional besides the giant stash pocket. And like Henry Ford says, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. Black as the body because of dirt. I've done some for friends with oranges and other things as the main body, and they just got greasy and nasty. But you can get an accent color. We've got lots of colors available on the website as an accent color, or you can just get black on black. But we've got red has been real popular with all the new Rubicon models. So there's your accent color. Let's see. We've got Oz Tent. Been a big fan of Oz Tent. Picked one up last year. It's a great ground tent. If you don't want to climb up a ladder to a rooftop tent, then Oz Tent's great. The bag they ship it in, or your carry bag, is a little weak, but that's not what your priority is. But the thing is, anybody that puts one together knows that they send you this little kind of chintzy strap with these kind of chintzy buckles, and it's a fixed length. So what happened is, when you fold that up, you got to put a strap around it. Well, I decided to upgrade to a cinch strap. So with the cinch strap, you wrap it around the body of the tent, you snap it shut, you got a little handle here, and you can cinch it tight, and that'll pull the tent together so that you can drop everything into your storage bag. I used 2 of them, but you know, they only think you need one. If you only think you need one, that's fine. Either way, it's going to be a handy, easy upgrade from the little chintzy strap that they send with it. Again, Cordura and ITW hardware. While we're on the tent, also make, similar to the dash bag, same principle. You probably can't see it through the camera, but in the back there's a silver bag like this. It's basically a larger version of the dash bag, except we've got 2 smaller pockets on the front, a loop for you to put a hand towel or whatever you want to clip or hang from there, and then it's one large pocket with ripstop inside, big enough for an iPad. Same thing, you would wrap it around the back of your frame bar, you clip your Grimlock shut, and then it hangs from that bar. So my thinking there is, you get home at the end of the day and you want to put your eyeglasses or sunglasses or iPad or iPhone or whatever, you want to just drop it where it's not laying on the floor. So we call this the Oz Tent drop bag. And right now, black and silver are the only two colors. We'll move over here. So this bag here, the new thing in overlanding is, and rock crawling, but mostly overlanding, is the winch recovery rings instead of a snatch block. So this little bag here, you can store Brennan's ring with his block retainer, or I've got in the black one there the Factor 55 RRP, I think is what they call it, their ring with the retention pulley. So with this single bag, you can put whichever ring you want and little accessory. We've got the Grim lock here. I've got it so that you get two Grim locks. You can either do it like this and clip it to the back of your headrest or anything you've got laying around, some netting, or like I've got here with our kinetic rope bag, you can clip it to something like a Molly setup, and it'll, like, I've got a basic Molly model hanging up there. So if you've got a back of a Rubicon or whatever, you could also clip it this way if you don't want it to be hanging from the central point. So all that you need, whichever way you want to go, is already included in the bag. Also, I've included little loops so that you can have a soft shackle. Take your soft shackle, which you're going to need with your recovery ring either way, but you can loop your soft shackle so that you've always got a soft shackle with you when you need it in the recovery ring setup. This is our kinetic rope accessory bag. It's made of Sunsure Cordura webbing, ITW buckles. So the theory here is you've got the two loops for soft shackles because you're going to need them on the end of your kinetic rope. And even though Voodoo and I think Bubba also send you a big old bag, and Voodoo sends a really nice bag, but it's a giant stuff bag. This bag can keep your rope tangle free because down at the bottom here, down in the bottom is another set of buckles. And so what happens is if you snap this buckle around one end of your handles, you can stuff this rope any way you want to, and then you snap. I'll just go ahead and demonstrate. Three snaps on the top. Two of them are a little smaller than the third one, and the third one is where you'll snap the other end of the handle. At that point, it's physically impossible to get the rope tangled up because you've got one end here and you've got one end secured here. This kind of setup, since it's smaller, you can toss the bag to your buddy that's in the mud or snow or whatever instead of having to walk it to him, and he's got everything he needs to hook the vehicle up. Everybody needs some shop towels. You need somewhere to keep them, you know where they're at. So we've got the shop towel holder. Got a little slide lock here so you can loosen it up. You can, if you loosen to the end, you actually pull it up like that. Pull whatever you want off. Slide it back over the top. Cinch it down since you used some of that. Now it's a little bit tighter so they're not rolling all over the place. Grimlock at the top, hang it. Grimlock at the bottom. If you need to replace it, all you do is undo this, pop that Grimlock there, pull that center strap up, put your new roll down, Grimlock done, clip it back to the back of your headrest, your netting, whatever you want to do. Here's one of the newer versions of the 10-100 bag, or the toilet paper bag. So we know that's important out on the trail, and we've got Cordura webbing, so it's water resistant. I mean Cordura webbing and Cordura material, so it's water resistant. It's kind of like a dry bag. Roll it up. Here in the bottom, you got your toilet paper roll. Now it's dry and it's dust free. No red dirt from Moab. As a responsible pooper, we've also included a Go Clean wag bag. This is a Forest Service BLM approved way of disposing of your waste. It turns poop in the bag and it turns into gel, and then you can legally throw it away in the trash can because it's properly certified. So there's a little pocket in here for the go bag. Put the toilet paper back down in there. Roll it up so you don't get any dirt, water, or anything else in there. We're using an ITW GT surmount, so it just makes it a little cleaner. And you've got your Grimlock so you can hang it from wherever you want to hang it from. Everybody's using the blue radios. You need somewhere to clip them to. So we've got a Cordura webbing, 1-inch webbing with a 1.5-inch mounting point. So you can clip your radio. 1.5 inch is perfect so that the clip actually stays so it doesn't fall off. And just take the ladder lock, wrap it around your roll bar, or you could even do your dash bar if you really want to. Whatever you want to, wherever you want to put your radio, it's ready to go. The flip-flop bag. So if you've got a rooftop tent, you've got a channel that your zipper is in. A little piece of the aluminum that's hollowed out. The channel for your zipper runs around. This is a literal flip-flop bag. So it's narrow. It's not going to fit any boots. It's probably not going to fit any tennis shoes, but you might have small feet. But it's made specifically to put flip-flops in, because I like to kick off my hiking boots or shoes and switch to flip-flops whenever I get to camp. And you know, if you're climbing up the ladder, you don't really want to untie your shoes while you're balancing on the ladder. So flip-flops is pretty ideal for rooftop tent life. So to me, a boot bag wasn't really a necessity, but there's plenty of guys that make boot bags. So if you want to keep the boots, go with them. If you like to kick it off and do some flip-flops, like I said, it's reinforced. There's a rubber piece in here that's perfect, and you just slide it into the channel where your zipper is. After we've made this one, people would ask me, I've got a Grand Cherokee, or I've got whatever. Do you make one for Molly? So I didn't go directly the same with this, but what we've got is a bag that is Molly compatible. Like the new Rubicons and Gladiators, I think they're all coming with Molly, or people are buying Molly seat backs. So this is just to display the actual Molly is 1 inch webbing, 1.5 inches apart. So if you've got true Molly or PALS webbing, then this bag right here, I've got the Grimlocks here, spaced out so that you can put them in the right, clip it in the right place. All you do is clip it on, and you're locked onto the back of your seat or whatever you've got the Molly on. ITW buckles again. And inside we've got a medium-sized pocket and then a larger pocket. So if you want to keep things separated, but basically you'll have 3 total pockets to put whatever you want in. And right now these are available in yellow and a really slick kind of a gunmetal gray. Cordura webbing on the side and Cordura everywhere else. The rooftop tent flip-flop bag, that was the nice gunmetal gray that I showed you. Right now, the only other ones I have in stock are this silver color. But you've also got a couple of loops here too for towels or anything you want to kind of loosely hang, because I wouldn't put a ton of weight, but this is going to hold into that channel, and so then you can hang whatever you want from these. The last thing we've got is we've got some t-shirts, a logo I drew up a couple years ago, old school zone, what I called it, and 3 miles per hour because we all drive really slow. I kind of drew it up as a makeshift Cherokee XJ because I've got an XJ. Toyota guys, if you want to fake it, it sort of looks like a FJ60. Those will be on the website too. We don't have double X, I don't think, but I've got a few left in all the other sizes. That's it. You can go back to the rest of your Jeep Safari. Hopefully everything works out for everybody, you know, that this isn't the end of the world, and we can all get back together next year. Hopefully we can get together later in this year at maybe All for Fun or a different event. Everything's going to be available at the website. You can go to either overlandexpeditionspecialist.com. You can shortcut it and go to resistentgear.com, REZISTENT gear.com. And like I said, I'll put up an Easter Safari discount code. I can't do free shipping on the small stuff, the small purchases. We do throw in free shipping to the continental U.S. at $55 and up. But I'm thinking we'll knock off a good amount of the price, and it'll be almost the same as what you would have paid at the show anyway. All right, thanks.